And we have our little alligator there, and it's pointing towards what?
6.
Yes. So, I'm going to give you 2 more words before we move on, and I want you to find the page numbers for these, okay? Okay. Find these words. Remember, when you're going through your glossary, you have to first look for that letter. So if your word begins with an L and you're on the B section of your glossary, maybe you have to keep going until you get to that L. Okay? Write down the page numbers for these 2 numbers. When you're done, put your pencils down so we can move on. You to be here because I want you to stay focused. If you want, you could sit on that desk right there, and that way you could put your stuff on a flat surface. Okay? I want you to be focused, that's why. You can sit over there. Go for it. And if you have to, you can sit over here so you can have a flat surface to write on, okay? Okay. Are we ready to move on?
Yes.
Who's still working? Are you guys just writing the page numbers, or are you guys writing the definitions? Did I ask you to write the definition? I asked you guys to write down just my page number, okay? Thank you guys for those of us that followed instructions. Thank you. Okay. If you need to, during our lesson time, when we're practicing, if you forget, you can go back to these pages and look for your words. And you'll have your examples there to remind you. Okay? Good. All right. Time to move on. What page did we end in yesterday? Please raise your hand. Tell me, somebody. Chloe. We ended on page 106. Everybody should be on page 106.
Ooh, marbles. Marbles.
Tables, I'm gonna give points. Tell me who is there. Show me with your paws. Thank you, table 2, table 1, table 6, 1, 2, 6, and 5. good. We're on page 106. Table 4, are you guys there? 106. Check your page number. We should be on page 106. Okay. We're going to learn about ways to compare three-digit numbers. Remember, compare means to see. Is it greater than, less than, or equal to? Sebastian. Read the problem, then you will compare two three-digit numbers. That's what we're going to be doing today, okay? Okay, let's read. There is a contest at the school fair. Students guess how many jelly beans are in a jar. Okay, imagine that this was full of jelly beans. They were probably smaller. Bart guesses 352. And Diego, look, there's Diego in our story again, guesses 328. Now the question, let's first underline our stuff. So here's Bart. He guesses 352. And Diego guesses 328. Our question says, which guess is the lesser number? What's another word for lesser number? Somebody give me another way to describe this based on the definitions we just read. Tipton.
Less than.
Less than. Or what could be another word we could use? Alyssa?
Fewer.
Fewer. What's another word? Ireland?
Less.
Yeah, or we could even say smaller, right? So which guess is the lesser number? Okay, let's keep reading. One of the ways that you can solve for this is by picturing. It says you can model the numbers with base 10 blocks. And some of us have been doing that. When I give you the words, how many of you guys use the base 10 blocks to try to figure out your number? Some of us might have, yeah. So 352 is modeled for us right here. How many groups of hundreds do you see here? Show me with your fingers. Show me with your fingers. How many hundreds groups do you see in this number? 3. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. And then there's also a 5 in my tens place. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many ones do I have? Victor?
2.
2. It's modeled right here for me. 352. And then we also have 328. We have 3 hundreds groups. We have 2 tens and 8 ones. And when we look at this picture right away, we can compare a few things, right? We can compare, they both have a hundreds block. They both have 200 block and a 300s block. They both have 2 groups of 10. Oh, who has more 10s though? 352. This one has 2 groups of 10 and this one has 5. And who has more ones? Diego. Okay, so which one do you think is bigger? Which one do you think is bigger? Which one has more? Austin. 352. Well, we can see that, right? We can see that through base 10 blocks. It helps you visualize it. That's one way to display your numbers. Okay, let's go to another one. Let's see another example. You can write the numbers. Table 4. We're looking up here. Make sure I have your attention. Hayden, look up here. Model it. You can write the numbers as hundreds, tens, and ones, like we did right now in the beginning, how I had 3 hundreds, 2 tens, 5 ones. They wrote it out here. 3 hundreds, 5 tens, and 2 ones. Yes, Kate?
At the top it says more.
What happened?
Like, it says like with a lesser number.
Oh, okay. So that was just a question though. Which one has more than the other? That was just me asking you and the teaching. But we're gonna solve it right now. So on 352, they have 3 groups of 100. They have 5 tens and 2 ones. And then for 328, 3 groups of hundreds, 2 tens and 8 ones. Sometimes that can help you too, because you're looking at these numbers right here. Then you're looking at these numbers, and you're looking at these ones. Remember, when we're comparing numbers, we start with our hundredths values first to see which one has the most. And then we move on to our tens, and then we move on to our ones. Okay? Yes, Lena?
Can I use the bathroom? It's an emergency.
Please hurry. Okay. Connect it. Look at the models on the previous page. So you're looking at those models. Can you use the numbers in the hundreds place to decide which number is greater? Why or why not? Can we use the numbers in the hundreds place for both of our numbers to decide which one's bigger?
Yes.
Raise your hand and tell me what you think. What do you think, Mackenzie? What do you think? Yeah. Okay, so if we start with our 300 and our other 300, we only have 3, so we wouldn't be able to figure out what number is bigger, would we? Right. So I want you to say no, because both numbers are the same. We can't compare them. They're both the same.
Are not the same.
They are the same.
How?
The hundreds, look at your numbers in your hundreds. Are these the same?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to tell which number is bigger just by looking at the hundreds, could you? All right, now compare the tens. Which number has more tens? Look at your numbers again. Which number has more tens? Our door holder? Our door grader, sorry. Which number has more tens? Kaden, which number has more tens? $352. So let's write that down here. So now that we know that 352 has more tens, let's complete our number line. Okay? How could I write this? Which number is going to go first, and then which number is going to go next? This number sentence would read, blank is less than blank. What do I write in here? Jasmine, what number goes first in my blank spot? 328 is my less than number. And which one's the greater number? Bethany. 352. Okay, now it says talk about it. Now they want us to think a little bit more. Bart says 2 is less than 8. So 352 is less than 328. Is this correct? Explain why. Talk to your tables. Why is this wrong? Whisper and talk to your tables.
Hey Sebastian, you talk with me.
No.
Yes,
We're both with tables.
I know, we're both on this one table. So, it's no. That answer is no.